Hello everyone, no respawns here. Hope you're doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be making a sort of Covenant from Fallout 4 style build. So the whole premise is I am next to the start, basically. So there is the Overseer's camp, and I'm just kind of just south from Vault 76. So you recognise the area. That tree is where the Overseer's camp is. You wander down here. It's quite a lot of foot traffic. You can already see the dots around me now. And what I wanted to do was do a camp which is sort of like a kind of fully built up settlement, or something that looks a bit more like a compound. And so I decided to plop it right here. I've already tidied the area a little bit, and we're just going to jump straight into it. I've got a pretty solid vision of how I want this to look. I've already made it once, so we'll make it again. And hopefully I won't balls up. We can only hope. I want this just there. Yeah. Cool. So there is a lot of traffic in this area, which can be a bit of a distraction, but it should be fine. There's a wee bit of lag as well, so apologies in advance for that. So, the main thing we're using in this one is these walls here. So these are the defensive walls. They're quite cool. Can highly recommend. And the way you unlock these, if you don't have them already, is you get them when you claim your first public workbench. You've just never gotten around to it, which is an easy thing to do, because obviously maybe you can't be asked. There's also the implication that you'll be vulnerable to PvP. So I know there are some people I've spoken to who just have never gotten around to claiming one, because they're like, but what if I get shot? Very unlikely, to be honest. I've been shot once claiming one of them. And these are really, really good. I've actually made a build using them before. And as more than one person points out, you actually have to have them with the hooks facing in. So I had them, when I did mine, I had them facing out because I thought it looked better. That's not how they're meant to work. Bad, Davey. But also, they actually snap a lot better if you have them facing in. So, have them facing in. One thing I will stress with these walls, they look cool, but, so once you've snapped them all together like this, be very warned that once you start taking one of them out, they're really, really annoying to get back in. It seems to suffer from that, oh, this item is floating kind of bug. I need to be 6, not 4. Yeah, oh no, I've made it too wide. I have made it too wide. Sorry, one sec. My brain is not functioning. There we go. Cool. So basically, this whole thing is going to be quite compact, but it should look quite grand. But yeah, so when I built it the first time, I had to... Oh, there we go. You see what's doing that? It just won't let you place them back in. So be warned. Be warned with these. You have to kind of get them right the first time. Or you can just do what I just did there, which is take them off and put them back on again. They're fine once they snap over the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's going to be 5 by 4. But just as a wee FYI, it can be a little bit of a ball ache once you put them in once. But they're so cool, and like, I don't know, I hadn't used them in ages. I'd used them in once in a build in like November, and I hadn't really touched them again, so I kind of felt they needed some love, which is what this is. This is love. Love. Right, don't worry about these. They're pretty flexible to put in as well. I might have to shunt this a wee bit to the side, but possibly not. Nah, we're good. A bit of server lag, which is a ball ache, but it's cool. I'm more concerned with people turning up. I tried to do this video before, and people kept rudely coming all over and saying hello to me. Nah, it's good. I'm joking. Although when I had built it the first time, a person was coming over and they were like, wow, when I was doing the decorations. So, yeah. Right. Okay, so this is the basic premise. We're going to have a 2x2 garage door in here, but I'm going to do the inside bits first just because I'll have to wire up the door and that's going to be a whole thing. What are my walls? What am I doing? Right, yeah, I remember now. Right, so I actually need to take these off because we need to do the generator. So I'm hoping I get those wall. I've literally just mentioned about the walls being an utter ball ache, but I'm going to need to temporarily take them off anyway, because we're going to have to do the generator. So I'm going to have, among other things, a windmill, because I just want things to look cool and poke over the top. Okay. The structures themselves are going to be pretty straightforward. They're going to be quite small, that's the whole idea. Nothing too fancy, insofar as I just want them to kind of look grand. Right, sweet. So let's do this part first, because otherwise it'll get in the way. So I want a rather sexy windmill. However, if I just have a windmill on that, it's still probably going to be too short. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a windmill on top of a load of buildings. So basically just a slightly raised sort of foundation. I still haven't unlocked these yet. I will do something with these potentially in the next build. But not right now, because I wanted to make this, because it was cooler. Bump, right. So I need to put a windmill on. I've mentioned this before, but I'm just going to address it again. Where's my generators? So if I try and place it here like this, it won't let you place it. However, if you sort of make a wider platform for, I guess, for the edges to not be as freaked out. I don't know how it works. It tends to be a little bit more forgiving. I don't know why that is. This was the case in Fallout 4 as well, so I just kind of, sort of roll with it, I guess. See, look at that. I can now place it down. It might have me just where the position I'm standing, but I don't think so. Think so. Because I've done it before where I've stood on the stairs and tried to place it on, it's just not letting me. But then you can just place it on. I have tried to make blueprints that have a generator in them, like already pre-built like that, and it doesn't let me place them. So I think it is that this needs to be placed afterwards on its own little platform. But as you can see now, it's like well above the walls, whereas otherwise it would be not, and it would look bollocks. Let's pop these in. Hopefully I can get these in without too much angst. Worst case scenario, I can just quickly rebuild the wall again. It won't take a second. Bum, bum, bum. It actually might be helpful for me to demonstrate how ball achy and annoying it is. Yeah, you see where it does there? Just won't let you place it. So you just have to take them off and do it again. Oops, I just completely scrapped that one rather than... There we go. It might just be... It's probably just the way it's... Because it's connecting to 2 points rather than 1. That would be my guess. So it's fine like this, because it's only connecting to 1 point. But I guess if you're putting it between 2 of them, it can have a little bit of a... You can sometimes do what I just there if you kind of shunt around a little bit. But it does get a little bit harder if, for example, say you've already built the area and then there's something in there. Like, say if I'd pre-built the entire settlement and then put the walls on, it could get a little bit ball achy. So just as a crafty FYI, I guess. Yeah. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Ooh, they're quite good, aren't they? But I don't know. I don't know how to use them. I feel as if those stairs need. I don't want that. I feel those stairs sort of need potentially like an extra, a new set of walls would probably make those stairs more viable. I want it to make it look quite scrappy and kind of match the vibe of, I guess, the early game. So that's what we're gonna do. Quite simple structures, but nice structures, so it's fine. Boop. I also want I like the idea of having bits poke off the top. Which is what I'm exactly going to do. So, where's me thing? The actual, as you can see, the building part of this video is going to be pretty straightforward. So I'm trying to kind of sweep through it quite cool and quick. Because the decoration is going to be the cool part. That will look cool, but obviously I won't show you most of that, or any of it, to be honest. It's the finished product. The first bite is with the eye, etc., etc. Cool. Right, so that's that one done. Let's put a crafty door on there. Oop. Right, and then let's put one here. And yeah, this will be cool. So I've been so I already built this once, sort of, but just building it again because cools. Yeah, I might tweak these, but that's not even close. Disgusting. Look at that. police siren outside my bloody house. God damn it. You know, I just would like once to be able to record a video and not have a goddamn police siren every time. Every goddamn time. Come on, lag. Stop being a twat. Come on. Thank you, dear. Oh. But seriously, on the police sirens, it's like becoming... It's not even like a running joke now. It's just like, oh, you're recording video. Cool, I'll drive by right now. Thanks, officer. They're actually not police sirens. They're ambulances, to be exact, because there's a big hospital near me. But still, god damn it. Fucking dickheads. I don't want that at all. I want it like that. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Also, someone's making toast in my house, and the overwhelming smell of toast has just came over me. No, I'm not having a stroke. It is absolutely, definitely toast. I did worry for a second, but I'm fine. Okay. Get in there, you dick. Thank you. Right. Let's put a doorway on. I'm going to quickly do... What was it? I'm trying to keep this video under 20 minutes if I can. So if I do like 4 more minutes of building. Right, so that's the... Then we're going to have extra bits on the outside. And then I'll show you the Well, I'll do the decoration, then we'll bugger off. So I want... So I know for a fact I'm not going to have enough build limit to do the entire area, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to have bits on the sides. We're going to have... So basically the main focus of the eye will be the entrance, right? So we need to make sure the entrance looks cool. God, I hate dust so much. For fuck's sake. Thank you. I may lower that one down a bit, actually. Thank you, dear. Right, so I want to put one of these doorways on. I'm not going to do the switches. I know how to do the switches, but they're kind of like a few minute deal. I possibly might do a switches video. My brain is going, where are these? There it is. Right, so you go in there. Right, and then we put a generator on the front because I just need a temporary generator. I've got these. These are cool. I like them. Cool. Thank you, dear. And now I can't remember whether you get this... You get this in an Atom store, and I can't remember if you get them, like, in... I don't know if they're still available, basically. So, apologies in advance if they're not, but they're really cool. And if they are, you should get them. Because I've never had any use for them, but they work for this part. Cool. Like, they work really well, in fact. Okie dokie. Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah. Right, okay, let's get that there. As centered as possible. I've done this before, so I know for a fact that it isn't actually the correct length. That's actually not bad. Cool. Right, let's do a little few bits and pieces at the side here. And then I will GTFO and do the decoration. And you can see. So I want, like, platforms. Let's have another guard post over here. So I'm not going to decorate the whole thing, but I can decorate sort of most of it. And that's all that matters, really. I'll probably tweak a few bits in the decoration phase. However, the premise will be there. God, the smell of toast in the house now. God damn it. Oh, I really want toast now. God damn it, flatmates. How rude. Okay. I've deliberately placed that down so I can see how far it is. Spoiler. Pretty good at this building gig, and I sort of know what I'm doing, and that way I can just... Well, the premise is to snap this one in here, but evidently that was a bit too close. Oh, so ridiculous, not even close enough. Okie dokie. Oh, maybe that would be closer and also higher. I'm actually surprised no one has come over and said hello yet. Surprised and a little disappointed. Right, that'll do. Cool. And then we'll just put some stuffs on the side. Cool, right. And I'll do the other one off, because I want to keep this video as swift as possible. God damn it, where are the stairs? There they are. That is the wrong side. Come on, off. Thank you. Cool, right, okay. So I'm now, that's just kind of the main, that's the core structure of what I want to work with here. So I'm going to bugger off and then do the decoration, and you guys can see it in all of its decorated glory. One mo, and we are done. So I'm pretty pleased, as always, with how this turned out, which is grand. So as mentioned, the kind of premise with this one was I wanted it to be kind of like Covenant, and also, at least for this specific location, I wanted something that new players would kind of stumble across. So like we're just, as I said, just north of the Overseer's camp. It's like there, you can see the light on that tree. And I liked the idea, hence the nighttime tour, of kind of new players just kind of seeing it from a distance and going, oh, what's that? And it's kind of a fully built up settlement or kind of little trading compound. And yeah, it's quite cool. It has used the entire settlement budget, which is cool, but also it's one of those things. I'm not too bothered with how much budget we have, but I could probably do with half again extra. I think given the available space that we have in terms of like actual physical space, having half again extra the budget would probably pretty much allow me, because the problem with something like this a little bit is, as you can see, the back I've made it a little bit sparse. I would normally have probably added like an extra little section here, but also just once you've built up everything to the extent I have, you sort of can't do anything else after that. So if you want to, like, I've literally maxed out, so if I want to place anything down, I have to sort of scrap something, but it does look cool, so I'm not too bothered. Right, let's go in. So I'm quite pleased of the doorway. Switch is working, which is quite grand. It's worth noting, it's slightly annoying thing about this, is so the way the switch works is that you basically turn the power off, basically, so no one can open it now that I've turned that off. The outside switch is off, which means if I kind of now load out, I can't get in, which is a bit annoying. I could probably make a bit more of a fancier one, but I don't want to spend too long. So let me just take a step back and give you the full look. So yeah, it's quite nice. It has a kind of a compound feel to it. It's obviously quite smaller, but overall I'm kind of quite chuffed with the results. I do like these little Vault-Tec industry generators because they're completely silent. So if you are looking for a generator that makes no noise, can recommend. I've also got this new thing here, which is cool, except you can't sit on it. And all it does, if you activate it and the mole rat comes out, which is a shame because it would be nice, have somewhere I could sit and poop. But, oh well. I mean, we've got something like that, but it's a bit too, shiny. I've got my little vendor, obviously. Let me open the door, actually, on the off chance another player comes along. I've got my little trading area. I quite like decorating my trading areas, making them look pretty with pots. I love those pots of plants. They're quite grand. It's quite nice to have it's a trading area with a bit more of character to it. I've got a very wee farm because I completely ran out of space. Let's pop in the houses. So the houses, pretty straightforward, decorated. They've kind of just... on this guy, I've unlocked most of the stash boxes now, finally. I've still got a few more to get, like the toolbox and the cooler he needs. But now that I've got a few of them, I can actually make it look a little bit more cluttered and less samey, which is quite nice. I do need to, and I realised this when I finished making this build, was this is my building character, and he doesn't have the decontamination arch. I just haven't built it, so I do need that because this area would be perfect, especially for a newer players coming in if I had a decon arch. But overall, I'm pretty pleased and quite chuffed with how this turned out. It definitely matched my vision and then tweaked it a little bit, which is always the best thing. Hope you guys liked that, gave you a few ideas. These walls are a bit of a ball ache, but once you've got them in, they do work quite well. As mentioned, you unlock them from claiming your first public workbench, so basically you can pretty much get them as long as you have like 25 caps. I will have more videos up soon. Apologies again for this week. Slight gap. Still one a week, except one was at the start of the week and the other was the end of the following week. I've just been a bit hectic, so I haven't had time to finish this off. I will have more videos coming up soon, so the next video will be a Remnant, that Souls-like game, a little gameplay vid, because I've been itching to get back into that. And then after that, I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of the new, or newish, Fallout tabletop game miniatures. So, Mordifius, the guys who make the board game, sent me some models the other day, and I was like, right, I'm going to do an unboxing video, so this will be really, really cool. I don't play it myself, but I've been meaning to take a look, so I haven't actually opened the box yet, and it's been like a week and a half since I got them, so hopefully that'll be up next week. But until the next video, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. As always, follow me on Twitter, and I will speak to you absolutely grand bunch soon. You take care,